Good evening, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. So there was a demand for this session, a revision session for algebra for NMAT. Okay, so algebra, although it is not the major component of NMAT, if you look at the distribution, you have 2 to 3 DI sets, and then there are sets on there is data sufficiency, which I already took. Then arithmetic is majority, which you can find at a lot of places, and most of the aspirants prepare for arithmetic. Modern math is some, and algebra also you can expect maybe 3 to 4 questions from algebra. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to tell you what are the topics that are important from NMAT point of view, and we shall solve some questions on it. Okay, so please do like this video and share it with your friends. So if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow MBA Karo on all social media platforms. So if you talk about the important topics that NMAT asks, okay, it generally asks you a few questions maybe on logarithms, okay, arithmetic and geometric progressions. Now, some people consider APGP as algebra, some people consider as they consider modern math also. Okay, so it does not matter, but APGP is one of the topics that you must cover. Okay, so some people consider कि modern math में आता है, there's a debate also among some people, but you must prepare this topic AP and GP, not HP. ठीक है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप सारे progressions करो, arithmetic and geometric progressions, their applications especially. Okay, and linear equations you get questions related to solutions, the number of solutions. Okay, so by solutions I mean that whether there is no solution, okay, whether there is infinite solution, or there is a unique solution. So these questions and word problems based on linear equations. Okay. Then in quadratic equation, you can get questions based on roots, nature of roots, how are the roots? Are the roots equal, rational, real, etc. They ask these kind of questions, and again, maybe you might get some word problems based on it. Okay, and basic questions on functions, not so advanced one जैसे आपको कई बार CAT के mocks वगैरह में देखते हैं उस तरह के नहीं, basic function based questions. So these are the topics which are relevant for NMAT. So let's start today's session. So please, let's begin. So this is the first question. This is based on indices. 5 raised to the power A is equal to 6 raised to the power B is equal to 30 raised to the power C. Then which of the following expression holds true? So how do we solve this? Some people think that it is a log-based question. It is not actually. See, if you had same base, right? When you read surds and indices, you read properties on same base or same power. Okay, तो यहाँ तो base भी same नहीं है, power भी same नहीं है. So let us see some relation between the bases. So if you notice, 5 into 6 is 30. Okay. So let us do one thing. Since these are equal, let us put it equal to some other number. So let us say this is equal to k. So equate this to another number. Now, if you see this 5 raised to the power a is k. So we can write as 5 is equal to k raised to the power 1 upon a, isn't it? So like we take 1 upon a on both sides, we get 5 is equal to k raised to the power 1 upon a. Similarly, 6 can be written as k raised to the power 1 upon b, and 30 can be written as k raised to the power 1 upon c. Okay, now we have the property that 5 into 6 is 30. So we can say k raised to the power 1 upon a into k raised to the power 1 upon b is equal to k raised to the power 1 upon c. Now we can apply the rule that when you have same base and there are different powers, so the powers get added up. 1 upon a plus 1 upon b equals k raised to the power 1 upon c. Okay, now k is same base, so you can just write 1 upon a plus 1 upon b equals 1 upon c. Okay, so this is a standard relation. If you have these kind of expressions, in that case 1 upon a is 1 upon a plus 1 upon b is 1 upon c. Okay, so this gives us that a plus b upon AB is 1 upon C. Now from the options, if you see option A, it says like if you multiply C here, so it becomes A plus B times of C is AB, which is option A. So that is the right answer to this question. Okay, so you do not need to apply logarithms in this. You can just apply the properties of indices and solve it. Okay, the next question is on logarithms. So you have to find the value of x in this case. So for logarithm, you should know the properties of logs. Okay, there is a playlist on my channel which is by the name Let's Learn Log. It's a short playlist of 4 videos. Okay, if you watch that, in that I've explained from basics the properties of logs. Okay, so all covering all the properties. So you can watch that to understand log. Log is helpful for cat also because more very likely that you can get a question on logarithms on cat. This is a fairly simple question. Uh, we have log at 3 places. Okay. Only at one place the log is missing. So whenever you have any equation in logarithm, okay. So the thing is that like if all expressions have the same logarithm as base, right, then you can eliminate the log part. So we have log 10 here, log 10 here, log 10 here, but we do not have log 10 here. So 1 can be written as log 10 10. Okay, 1 we will convert 1 into log, so we will convert it log 10 10. Okay, now if you see this, whenever we have some base log ax plus log ay, that becomes log a xy. So it's a very simple question. Now we have the same base and two different arguments, so we take the product of those arguments. So this equation now becomes log 10 3 times of 4x plus 1, and that is equal to log 10 10 times of x plus 1. Right. Now we can safely remove logarithm because we have no other terms. We have just terms in log 10. So we can remove these. So this is becomes 3 times of 4x plus 1, that is 12x plus 3 equals 10x plus 10. Okay. So 2x is equal to 7 and x equal to 7.2. So in all logarithm based questions, you need to understand the properties, and there are a set of properties of logarithms. If you know them, you can apply them in different questions and solve them. Okay. All right. So let's see the next question. 3 numbers are in arithmetic progression. Then you have to find the value of x. So it is combination of arithmetic progression and logarithms. See, I cannot guarantee that you watch some videos and score this. I did just a revision video. Okay, so of course, like these are not sufficient. You have to prepare on your own as well. Okay, it's just that I make some revision videos because you don't find relevant content elsewhere. So whenever you like read logarithm or anything, whenever they say that three numbers are in arithmetic progression. Okay. So whenever you see three numbers in arithmetic progression A, B, C, the rule is that A plus C is equal to 2B. If you are given three numbers A, B, C are in AP, that means you have to apply this property. Okay, so let's apply this property and solve it. So we have these three in arithmetic progression. This is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term. Okay, so A plus C, that is log 3 plus log 3 to the power x plus 4 equals 2 times of the second, the middle term. So that is 2 times of log 3 to the power x minus 2. Okay, ये expression बन गया. Okay, so now we have this is like since the base is same, you have natural logarithm, right? So we will multiply this, it becomes 3 into 3 to the power x plus 4. Okay, and when you have logarithm, some uh, coefficient before logarithm, it becomes a power here, so it becomes log 3 to the power x minus 2 ka whole square. Okay, now since logarithm is common on both sides and the base is same, so now we can remove the logarithm. So remember, always remember कि remove the logarithm only when you have same thing like on both sides. जैसे यहाँ पे 2 log था तो so you cannot remove. Similarly in the previous question, if some constant number is added, okay, so uh, do not remove that unless both are same. Okay, so now we can remove this becomes 3 times of 3 to the power x plus 4 equals 3 to the power x minus 2 ka whole square. Now whenever you have these kind of expressions, like, so let us suppose 3 to the power x is equal to y. कोई एक आपका ऐसे कोई कांस्टेंट अज्यूम कर लो, सो इट बिकम्स 3 टाइम्स ऑफ y plus 4 is equal to y minus 2 का whole square. So this will be a quadratic equation. So let us solve it. So 3y plus 12 is y square minus 4y plus 4. Okay, so when you solve it further, it becomes y square minus 7y. Okay, ये यहाँ पे आ जाएगा minus 7 minus 8, that equals 0. Okay, now it is y minus 8 and y plus 1, that equals 0. So y is equal to 8 or minus 1. Okay, now see this. अब some people might mark 8 as the answer क्योंकि यहाँ पे 8 एक ऑप्शन दिया है. ठीक है, बट हमें क्या निकालना है? We have to find x, we do not have to find y. Okay, so 8 is not the answer. Now what is y? Y is 3 to the power x. So 3 to the power x is 8 or minus 1. Okay, but minus 1 is not possible. You cannot have 3 to the power x a negative number. It has to be a positive number only, right? Minimum 1 hoga. It can be less than 1 also, but it will be a positive number. It cannot be a negative number. Even if you take some negative power of 3, it will be 1 upon something. Okay, 1 upon 3 to the power something, but it can never be a negative number. So here reject हो जाएगा. So 3 to the power x is equal to 8. Right, अब हमें x निकालना है, so we will take logarithm. So we have x log 3. So whenever you have this expression, अब इसे log में कैसे लिखते हैं? Log this remains as base only. Okay, power comes to the right hand side and this number comes here. So log 3 8, that is our answer. Okay, so it was like इसमें सब कुछ आ गया. इसमें अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन भी टेस्ट हो गया, आपका क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन भी टेस्ट हो गई, ठीक है, और लॉगरिथम भी टेस्ट हो गया. Okay, so properties of logarithms you should know so that you can solve questions based on log. Five numbers are in AP whose sum is 25 and product is 2520. If one of these five numbers is minus 1 by 2, find the greatest number among them. 248 in official mock. See, whatever mocks we have, that is non-adaptive first of all. Because in adaptive mocks, what happens is even if you like do not attempt anything, right? Minimum score is 36. So they have some kind of numbering system, the scoring system which no one knows. ठीक है, आप किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट के मॉक में अगर आप कुछ अटेम्प्ट ना करके आपका जीरो स्कोर आएगा. ठीक है, बट आइडियली अडेप्टिव मॉक जो एनमैट का मॉक कहता है दैट स्कोर इज रेंजिंग फ्रॉम 36 to 360, right? Or there is some numbering that people do not know. Okay, so of course, uh, official mock is the right way to gauge your score. Okay, so just practice things well and know the right strategy. Okay, don't worry about the score. वो तो score आपका actual exam में पता चल जाएगा. काम की बात नो बकवास. यस, बकवास करने वाले बहुत है ना. बकवास करने वाले दिन रात बकवास करने वाले बहुत लोग मिल जाएंगे. सो उसकी कमी नहीं है. यू हैव अदर प्लेसेस टू लिसन टू दो स्टफ. So we have five numbers in AP. Okay? So remember that in an AP, middle term is the average. Okay? So there are five numbers and sum is 25. So average कितना हो जाएगा? 5. So we have five terms like this. So this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. Okay, so middle term is 5, right? Now this is 5 and it says one of these five numbers is minus 1 by 2. Okay, so let us say these are in increasing order. Right? So either this number will be minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2. So किसी भी side हो सकता है, increasing भी हो सकता है, decreasing भी हो सकता है. So that is not a concern. Five numbers होने चाहिए, right? चाहे उसे ABCD लिखो या EDCBA लिखो, it does not matter. Okay. So let us take two cases. One case we will take minus 1 by 2 here, and second case we will take minus 1 by 2 as this term. ठीक है, एक टर्म हमें पता है 5 है. Now if we have minus 1 by 2, that means common difference कितना हो गया? 5 से minus 1 by 2 तक का difference कितना हो गया? This is 5 से 0 तक 0, 5 से 0 तक 5 and minus 1 by 2 you can write minus 0.5 to simplify this, minus 0.5. Now this is 5 and a half difference, 5 and a half. So this will be minus 6. 5 and a half if you add it is t is equal to 5.5 in this case. Okay, and this is 16, right? तो पहले ये check कर लेते हैं. If you get the answer in this itself, right? So then you would get the answer. Like 16 है ये option में. So you should go with, like, if you are getting this, because in this case if you take the smallest number minus 0.5, so two terms का difference कितना है? Minus, this is 5.5 का difference, and if you add 5.5 it becomes 10.5. Okay, so 10.5 is not in the options. And also see this कि these will be in decimals, some numbers in decimals. Okay, not calculating, but you know these are in decimals, so you cannot get a integer value as the product is 2520. इस केस में product integer कैसे हो गया? Like if you see 6 and 5 will make it 3, minus 6 3, 5, and this is 10.5 and 16. So 16 is a integer में convert कर देगा. Okay, so you do not need to calculate, just got the answer as 16. So remember this thing about AP. If you are given three terms, so central term is sum. Basically, that is also an average. जब हमने कहा था ABC are in AP, 2b is equal to a plus c because it is average. Now if there are 5 terms, the middle term is the average. So middle term comes out to be 5 and then you can calculate. A ping pong ball is dropped from a 45-meter high multi-story building. The ball bounces back 3/5 of the distance each time before coming to rest. The total distance traveled by the ball is. Now this is an application of geometric progression. Okay, we will do arithmetic as well. Paid mock, you mean that official paid mock? If you got 210 and in the free mock you scored higher. See, there might be some variations. The thing is, like, you know certain things, you need to fine tune your preparation and then strategically attempt the test. So whenever you are attempting NMAT, ensure that your accuracy is high in the first few questions. Because शुरू में accuracy गिर जाती है तो score high करना मुश्किल होता है. 231 and 220 in official mock. See, expectation. If you have time to prepare for the examination, like you are not writing this week or so, then you can definitely improve a bit, maybe by 20 marks or so, easily बढ़ सकते हैं. Few things that can make a difference to the score is that accuracy part, की accuracy का ध्यान देना है, and start with the strongest section first. Okay, and there are certain things that people stick to one question itself, right? तो ऐसा नहीं करना है. You need to uh, just let something go if you are unable to solve a particular type. Now this is a ball is dropped from 45-meter high multi-story building and it bounces 3/5 of the distance each time before coming to rest. What is the total distance traveled by the ball? Okay. So when you drop the ball, so first it goes down by 45. Then it covers 3/5 of the distance each time. So 3/5 of 45 is 27. Then again it will go 3/5 of it. So you can say 81 by 5. Now don't need to calculate this. So just telling that it will go 3/5, 3/5, 3/5 and so on. Okay. Now this is a GP. Okay. So ये GP बन रहा है. Now we have this कि we know 45. A is 45. R is 3 by 5 because it is going this way, right? Now, common mistake people do is we know sum of infinite GP is A upon 1 minus R. ठीक है, तो कुछ लोग क्या कर लेते हैं 45 upon. Now I am telling you the common mistakes so that you remember and you never make this mistake. So by this logic, some people find the answer as 45 upon 2 upon 5. So 5 by 2 कर लेते हैं, right? So they get the answer as 112.5, right? Which is not present in this. Interesting. Okay. Then this is this is not the answer. Why? Because it is not going only in one direction. Okay. एक mistake ये रहती है. Some people do A upon 1 minus R and they get this answer. Second mistake that people do is they multiply by the first is obviously some people are ignorant. They think कि ball एक ही direction में जा रही है. Ball is going in both directions, up as well as down. Okay. Second people do is जिनको ये पता रहता है अच्छा ball दो बार जा रही है, they multiply it by 2 and they get the answer 225 and probably mark 225 as the answer in this case. Okay. Now see this thing कि the ball is going in both directions only after the first drop. In the first drop it is going only 45. Okay? After that it is going both directions. So two ways to do. Either you find a upon 1 minus r and subtract 45 from it, you get 180. Okay, which is the right answer. And second way is you can add 45 and then the gp starts from 27. So 27 and 1 minus 3 by 5 and multiply it by 2. Why 2? Because it is happening two times. Okay, so anyway, like either you do this way or you multiply by 2 and subtract 45, both are correct ways. ठीक है, आप पहला टर्म 45 लेके भी कर सकते हो, बस 45 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देना, या फिर अगर आप 45 ऐड कर रहे हो तो 2 टाइम्स ऑफ दिस GP like 27 and common ratio 3 by 5. Okay, so this is what you need to keep in mind. So ball वाला क्वेश्चन होता है, कई एग्जाम्स में पूछा जाता है. It has been asked in SNAP, ZAT, etc. multiple examinations, and you can expect this in NMAT also because they do ask questions on progressions, arithmetic and geometric progressions. Okay. All right. So let's see the next one. For what value of a do the following equations have infinitely many solutions? So it is people's mistake, right? That they, if they are not aware of the announcements. Okay, so I do let you know in the Telegram group, and people do not promote my channel. That's people's fault, right? It's not my fault. People who just give random gyan have lakhs of subscribers on their channels. It's just not what people want to see. They are more interested in trash content. Areas under the curved modulus. Okay, so yes, I will do some workshops for cat as well, so in that you can watch those. Recordings are available. Ratios easily highest and lowest. I didn't get highest and lowest ratios. Like if you could explain through some example, then it would be great. You can send some question to me, then I'll be able to figure out, acha, what do you mean to say. Okay, so for this, let me explain you how to do these kind of questions, right? So when you have linear equations in two variables, let us say you have the equation of this format: a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, और you can have c1 this side also, ठीक है, plus c1 equal to 0. कुछ कुछ जगह पे आपको ऐसी इक्वेशन भी दिख जाएगी. So it does not matter ये constant लेफ्ट साइड है राइट साइड है, ठीक है, वो बस प्लस माइनस का डिफरेंस हो जाएगा. सपोज दीज आर टू लीनियर इक्वेशंस. ओके, नाउ देयर आर टू थ्री थिंग्स. वन इज दैट इट हैज अ यूनिक सॉल्यूशन. यूनिक सॉल्यूशन कब होता है? यूनिक सॉल्यूशन हैपेंस व्हेन a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. Okay. So I'll give example also. Third, second केस होता है इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन. इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन कब होगा? जब a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. And third thing is no solution, and it is also called inconsistent equation. Sometimes they might write the word the equations are inconsistent. So it happens when a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, but it is not equal to c1 upon c2. तीनों को एक एग्जांपल बता देता हूँ so that you know कि this a1 upon a2, let us say I have an equation like this: 3x plus 5y is equal to or plus 10 equal to 0, and 4x plus 7y plus 15 equal to 0. So you can write this constant to the right hand side or left hand side, it does not matter. ठीक है, ये इनके कोएफिशिएंट एक साइड होने चाहिए. ठीक है. So now this is 3 upon 4, this is 5 upon 7, not equal. So it has unique solution, infinite solution. So let's say if we have 6x plus 8y is equal to 40, then we have 9x plus 12y is equal to 60. Now this is 2 upon 3, 2 upon 3, 2 upon 3. A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 equals C1 upon C2. So these equations will have infinite solutions. Third case, let us take the same number 6x plus 8y is equal to 40, but 9x plus 12y is equal to 50. Okay, just हमने change कर दिया. So in this case 6 upon 9 is equal to 8 upon 12, but it is not equal to 40 by 50. So it will have no solution. Okay. So when we have to find the infinite solution, the question says infinitely many solutions. So we should have that a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. अब हम क्या करेंगे, we will find a b c, मतलब ये इस फॉर्म में लिख देते हैं. So ax plus 3y is equal to a minus 3 and 12x plus ay equals a, right? Now coefficient of x is a and here it is 12, so a upon 12 should be equal to 3 upon a, okay? And this should be equal to a minus 3 upon a, right? Okay, now if we see this, a square is equal to 36 from, if you compare these two, a square is 36. So a can be plus or minus 6. ठीक है, अगर यहाँ पे minus 6 भी होता तो भी काम बन जाता, but we will check with this also. So if you put, let us say if we try with minus 6, it becomes a minus 3 is minus 9 and upon, this is not equal. Okay, if it is minus 6, these are not equal. So we will put 6. So minus 6 is not working. We will put 6. 3 upon 6 is equal to 6 minus 3 is 3 and a is 6. So this is working. So a is 6. Okay. So this is the answer to this question. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this session. So please don't forget to like this video, and I hope this video will help you more than what you have studied uh, in the previous classes. Okay, so this is a simple question based on functions, which is nested functions. The simple question, like there's a function and it's a nested function. So you have 3x plus 5, you have to find f of f of f of 2. So when you have a nested function, first see f of x means instead of x you should put that value. So of f of f of 2. पहले हम क्या करेंगे, यहाँ पे हम 2 पुट कर देंगे x की जगह पे. So it becomes 6 plus 5 equal to 11. So now this becomes f of 11. So instead of 2 x we will put 2. So 6 plus 5 11. Now we will find f of 11. f of 11 क्या हो जाएगा 3 into 11 plus 5 which is 38. So this becomes f of 38. Right, now we have to find f of 38. So f of 38 is 3 into 38 plus 5 which is 1 1. Okay, so you can expect some basic questions on functions like nested functions, okay, or some simple. They won't ask very complicated functions, okay, or ऐसे inequality वगैरह के rare chance है. You will just get basic. They just test that do you know the basics of functions. Okay, then these are the kinds that you can expect in the examination, especially word problems. So they are full of word problems. So you can have questions like we did not do word problems on arithmetic progression. You can get some word problems based on arithmetic progression also. Let us say a person saves some money, increases the saving every month by the same amount, and total money saved by him, etc. So if you are able to figure out the arithmetic progression, you will be able to do that. So it asks word problems for all topics, be it arithmetic, be it algebra or modern maths से तो आता ही है. हाँ सरफेस लेवल पे तो क्लियर होना ही चाहिए बिकॉज सी डीआई वगैरह में आप अच्छा स्कोर कर सकते हो बिकॉज यू डू नॉट नीड मच नॉलेज फॉर इट. ये बट हाँ अदर टॉपिक्स भी आने चाहिए लाइक परम्यूटेशन फॉर्मुलेशन डू नॉट लीव इट because basics are tested in that examination. Yes, I will write the exam on 10th of October in the morning slot, 9 a.m. itself, and we'll do the analysis. So watch that. Okay, so for that, I will. I'm telling you beforehand so that you don't mention that you do not get to know about it. So half ticket issued by a railway costs half the full fare, but the reservation charge is the same as a half ticket as on a full ticket. One full reserved first class ticket for a journey between two stations costs 362, and one full and one half reserved ticket costs 554. What is the reservation charge of the ticket? Now this is a problem based on linear equation. You will have to form linear equation in two variables and solve it. Okay, so let's see how to solve this. So when it says that there is a half ticket, there is reservation charge. Okay. So half ticket and full ticket. So there is a fare plus reservation charge. Reservation charge is constant and fare of half ticket is half of full ticket. So suppose half ticket का fare है x rupees, full ticket का fare 2x हो जाएगा. ठीक है, but the reservation charge is constant. Okay, so this is the complete fare of a half ticket and a complete fare of a full ticket. Now what it says is one full reserved first class ticket. So one full ticket is 2x plus y, which is equal to 362. Okay, and one full and one half ticket. So one full ticket is 2x plus y, one half is x plus y. So that is Total is 3x plus 2y is equal to 5, 5. Okay, so we need to find the reservation charge. We have to find the value of y. Okay, so I mean you can multiply this by 2 and subtract. So you get 4x plus 2y is equal to 724 minus 554 for the x is uh, this is 170. Okay, now we can put in this. So this is 340. This is 22. Okay, so that is the fare of that is the reservation charge. So half ticket is like the fare is half of full ticket and the reservation charge is constant for both. So in this case you have 2x plus y. This is x plus y. So one full ticket. This is half ticket plus full ticket, and hence you can get this value. If one root of the equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is double of the other, you have to find the value of b square. So this is based on the roots of quadratic equation, right? So it says the root is double of the other. So let us say the roots are alpha, or we want to write, let's take p and 2p as the roots. Okay. So the roots are, see, whatever thing is given to us, right? Be it sum of roots, be it uh, anything related to the roots, you have to consider two things. One is sum and product of roots. So sum of roots is minus b upon a, and product is c upon a. ये चीज पता होनी चाहिए, और कुछ भी रिलेशन दिया होगा यहाँ पे, डबल ऑफ ईच अदर, स्क्वायर ऑफ ईच अदर, कुछ भी दिया होगा, दैट यू कैन अप्लाई देयर. ओके, सो वी आर गिवन दैट one root is double the other. So sum will be minus b upon a, that is equal to 3p, and product is c upon a, that is equal to 9, sorry, 2p square. Okay. So we will just square this expression. So कितना आ गया? Like b square upon a square is equal to 9p square. And this is c upon a is equal to 2p square. So divide कर लेंगे, we will get b square upon a square into a upon c. Okay, when you divide, a upon c upon a will become a upon c, that is 9 upon 2. Right? So this is a remains, so b square is equal to 9 by 2 ac, or 4.5 ac. So anything in quadratic equation related to roots, just remember कि यहाँ पे sum और product का कुछ ना कुछ use होगा. So we are given that sum of roots is minus b upon a, product is c upon a. So assume any variable like p, q, anything. So just put that relation and you get the result. p and 2p क्यों लिया? Double of the other दिया ना, एक root double है, so if it is one root is p, second root will be 2p. The condition that the equation ax square plus bx plus c has a positive and a negative root is. So there's a quadratic equation given to us. We have to tell that one root is positive, one root is negative. So which of these conditions will satisfy in that scenario? इसमें थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा कि पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव रूट्स में क्या सिनेरियो बनेगा. Now we have वन पॉजिटिव एंड वन नेगेटिव रूट. ठीक है, तो एक पॉजिटिव और एक नेगेटिव नंबर से क्या हो सकता है? सी थिंक इन दीज टर्म्स कि सम या प्रोडक्ट में कुछ होगा. ठीक है, सो इफ देयर इज वन पॉजिटिव नंबर एंड वन नेगेटिव नंबर, तो सम क्या बनेगा पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव नंबर का? सो लेट अस टेक सम केसेस. लाइक अगर मैं लेता हूँ 6 और -3, सम बिकम्स 3. If I take -10 and 8, sum becomes -2. If I take 4 and -4, sum becomes 0. So I took some cases. अब product का केस देखते हैं. So all questions on quadratic equations like this are related to sum or product only. ठीक है, उन्हीं में आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. So I'm telling you how to think. So in the previous question it was that one root is double of other. So find कि sum क्या होगा, product क्या होगा. Similarly in this case think कि sum होगा क्या product होगा. देखो जिसको पहले से पता है that is good. If you do not know just try with some random values. Like product कोई भी दो नंबर ले लेते हैं, यही नंबर ले लेते हैं. 6 and -3, product is -18. This is product, this is sum. This is -80, this is -16. So sum and product, what did we notice? We notice कि sum तो पॉजिटिव भी आ सकता है, नेगेटिव भी आ सकता है, जीरो भी हो सकता है. ठीक है, बट प्रोडक्ट इज ऑलवेज नेगेटिव. यहाँ भी नेगेटिव है, यहाँ भी नेगेटिव है, यहाँ भी. If one number is positive, another number is negative, the product is always be negative. ठीक है, सम पॉजिटिव हो सकता है बिकॉज नेगेटिव नंबर छोटा है तो सम टोटल पॉजिटिव होगा. अगर नेगेटिव नंबर बड़ा है सो सम विल बी नेगेटिव. वी कांट से, बट फॉर प्रोडक्ट वी आर श्योर दैट प्रोडक्ट इज नेगेटिव. सो प्रोडक्ट इज नेगेटिव. प्रोडक्ट क्या होता है? सी अपॉन ए. सी अपॉन ए इज नेगेटिव. ठीक है, सो नाउ सी अपॉन ए इज नेगेटिव. दिस मीन्स ईदर सी इज नेगेटिव और ए इज नेगेटिव. ठीक है, या तो सी नेगेटिव होगा या ए नेगेटिव होगा. क्योंकि अगर दोनों नेगेटिव होते सो आंसर हमारा पॉजिटिव आता. अगर दोनों पॉजिटिव होते सो तब भी आंसर पॉजिटिव आता. बट इफ वन ऑफ देम इज नेगेटिव, अगर इफ माइनस सी अपॉन ए है या माइनस ए अपॉन सी, माइनस या सी अपॉन माइनस ए, we will get a negative value. So C upon A is negative. This means one of C or A is negative. So the option is A and C will have opposite signs. So एक positive होगा एक negative होगा और vice versa, like positive negative or negative positive. Okay, so you have to think in terms of sum and product in solving these questions. Alright, so let's see the next question. If k is an integer, what can you say about the roots of this equation? So इसका भी एक ब्रीफ दे देता हूँ जिसने ये टॉपिक नहीं पढ़ा है. रूट्स ऑफ द क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन, नेचर ऑफ रूट्स. ठीक है, सो नेचर ऑफ रूट्स का एक मैं बता देता हूँ. बेसिकली क्या होता है? So quadratic equation is written in this format: ax square plus bx plus c. Okay? There is something called discriminant, right? Discriminant is basically b square minus 4ac. Okay? If this is less than 0, in that case you have uh, imaginary roots. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, it is imaginary root. If b square minus 4ac is greater than equal to 0, it has real roots. Okay. If b square minus 4ac is dot 0, then it has equal roots and real in all these cases. Okay, equal है तो real ही होगी. If it is, these are all conditions under real roots. Okay, if b square minus 4ac is a perfect square, then you have rational roots. And b square minus 4ac is not perfect square. Then you have irrational roots. Okay, now we have given that this is the quadratic equation given to us. Right? Here a means coefficient of x. So a हमारा हो जाएगा 3. B is coefficient, sorry, A is coefficient of x square, B is this coefficient. So B is k plus 1. And C is the constant term, which is k minus 2. Right? So we will find B square minus 4AC. B square minus 4AC is k plus 1 का whole square minus 4 times of 3 into k minus 2. ये आ जाएगा k square plus 2k plus 1 minus 12k, and this is 24 minus minus plus k square minus 10k and 1 plus 24 25. So this is k minus 5 ka whole square. Now k minus 5 ka whole square, k is an integer. K is an integer, so k minus 5 ka whole square will be a perfect square. Okay, k minus 5 square will be a perfect square because k is an integer. कोई भी integer का square ले लो. 3 square is 9, perfect square. Minus 6 whole square is 36, which is again a perfect square. So if k is an integer, this is going to be a perfect square, and in perfect square we have rational roots. So these are rational numbers. Okay, and if it said that for what value of k, अगर ऐसा question होता, for what value of k roots are equal, कभी कभी ऐसा भी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, फॉर व्हाट वैल्यू ऑफ के और एनी वेरिएबल द रूट्स आर इक्वल, तो उस केस में क्या होता है, इक्वल रूट्स के लिए दिस शुड बी इक्वल टू 0, तो इसे 0 पुट कर देते हैं. सो k माइनस 5 का होल स्क्वायर वुड बी 0, सो k इज इक्वल टू 5. जब k 5 होगा देन यू विल गेट इक्वल रूट्स because your roots are minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. ये होता है हमारा quadratic equation का solution. So if this is equal to 0, then both roots will be minus b upon 2a. Okay? But if this is not equal to 0, अगर देखो ये perfect square है तो ये square root में कुछ integer value आएगी. ठीक है, you are getting some integer value. Integer upon integer is a rational number. Okay, so you will get in this case rational roots. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation, then the equation whose roots are alpha square beta and beta square alpha is. पॉजिटिव भी हो सकता है, बट पॉजिटिव इंटीजर दिया है ना, इंटीजर नॉट नेसेसरी. इट सेज पॉजिटिव इंटीजर्स, ठीक है, नॉट नेसेसरी इंटीजर, और अपॉन 2a भी तो है, तो इंटीजर जरूरी नहीं है आपका इंटीजर हो, बट रैशनल नंबर जरूर होगा. Okay, there is difference between integer and rational number. So if I say 4 by 5, positive number है but it is not integer. Now this is again a question wherein you are given that roots of this equation is so and so, and you have to find the roots of another equation. Like you have to find another equation based on roots. Okay. So as I told you, wherever roots are given, okay, follow the sum and प्रोडक्ट प्रिंसिपल. ठीक है, हमें क्या दिया है, ये रूट दिए. ठीक है, अल्फा एंड बीटा आर द रूट्स. सो अल्फा प्लस बीटा कितना हो जाएगा, माइनस बी अपॉन ए, माइनस थ्री का माइनस दैट इज थ्री, एंड अल्फा बीटा इज फोर. ठीक है, ये हमें गिवन है. सो वेन एवर दे गिव यू अ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन, यू नो द सम एंड प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द रूट्स. नाउ कुछ भी क्वेश्चन दे सकते हैं, अल्फा स्क्वायर बीटा, बीटा स्क्वायर अल्फा, जैसे पिछली बार था कि p and 2p, right? So they can give you any equation, any sort of root. So always remember, in all such questions you have to apply sum and product thing. Okay, so from this equation we are given sum and product. Now we have to find the equations whose roots are alpha square beta plus and beta square alpha. So जो new equation बनेगी, इसमें सम क्या बनेगा, सम विल बी अल्फा स्क्वायर अपॉन बीटा प्लस बीटा स्क्वायर अपॉन अल्फा, that is equal to alpha cube plus beta cube upon alpha beta. Okay, now and product will be alpha square beta plus and beta square upon alpha, right? So beta beta cancel, alpha alpha cancel, that is alpha beta. So product is will remain as alpha beta, which is 4 only. Okay, अब देखो 4 किस किस में प्रोडक्ट बन रहा है, इसमें 4 बन रहा है, इसमें 4 बन रहा है, बट इसमें क्या बन रहा है, इसमें 16 प्रोडक्ट है, 16 अपॉन 1, 16 16, तो ये तीन ऑप्शन तो नहीं होते. ओके, नाउ देखो एक तरीका ये है कि इसे आप प्रॉपरली सॉल्व करो. सेकंड इज यूजिंग ऑप्शंस. ठीक है, तो प्रॉपरली सॉल्व करके भी बता देता हूँ, यूजिंग ऑप्शंस कैसे करोगे वो भी बता देता हूँ. So proper solution is sum and product. Product is 4. Okay. Now sum is what? Alpha cube plus beta cube upon alpha beta. Now a plus b का होल क्यूब होता है a cube plus b cube plus 3ab a plus b. So some identities also one must know. Okay. So alpha plus beta का whole cube. So we can say 27 is alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta. 3 into alpha beta is 12, 4, and alpha plus beta is 3. Right? So alpha cube plus beta cube will be equal to, this is 36. So 27 minus 36 is minus 9. Okay. So this is minus 9 and alpha beta is 4. Alpha beta is 4 and alpha cube plus beta cube we figured out it is minus 9. So minus 9 by 4 sum होना चाहिए. So minus 9 by 4 sum किसमें होगा, इस इक्वेशन में होगा, because it is 9x, right? So sum is what, minus of this term upon this. So इसमें sum देखो बस यहाँ पे यही ध्यान रखना था, it is minus b upon a. ठीक है, कुछ लोग यहाँ पे मिस्टेक कर लेते हैं क्योंकि ऐसे क्लोज ऑप्शंस होंगे, you might make mistake. So see this thing कि it is minus 9 by 4. Okay, so अगर यहाँ प्लस होगा तभी minus 9 by 4 बनेगा. If you take this one, it becomes 9 by 4. So this is our answer. Okay, so whatever questions based on quadratic equation related to roots, so always remember you have to find sum and product of the roots. Something or the other has to be done using the sum and product. Okay, all right. A teacher, on attempting to arrange the students for a mass drill in the form of a solid square, found that 16 students were left over. When he increased the size of the square by one student, he found he was short of 29 students. Find the number of students. ये वर्ड प्रॉब्लम टाइप के क्वेश्चन काफी आते हैं, मे बी नॉट कोर अलजेब्रा. ओके, सो instead of those, these word problems you can get. So how do we solve this one is, this is an easy one. It says a teacher has to arrange the students for a mass drill in the form of a solid square. ठीक है, तो एक स्क्वायर बनाना है. सॉलिड स्क्वायर मींस ऐसे लोग ऐसे होंगे. So number of people in each row will be equal to number of people in each column. Okay, so not drawing completely. So you can imagine like this, you have a square formation, right? So suppose the side length is n. So number of students is n square, that is required. Now 16 students were left over. So the number of students is basically, it says that number of students required is n square. Okay. Now 16 students were left over. This means number of students in the school is n square plus 16, क्योंकि 16 छूट गए थे, n square चाहिए थे but 16 were left over. Now what it says, the second part says that when he increased the size of the square by one student, he found he was short of 29 students. Now in this case they are making n plus 1 का whole square. In the first case they were making n square. Okay, so now they are making n plus 1 ka whole square. So it says that it is short of 29 students. So n plus 1 ka whole square, this is the number of students. The teacher needs 29 more students. Okay, so this will be the equation. So first case, see, they are making a square of n by n. So the number of students required are n square. But there are 16 extra students. So it says that number of students in the school is n square plus 16. Now when they increase the square size by 1, so total students required are n plus 1 का whole square. Now it says 29 students short हो गए. So that means we need 29 more students than these to complete the square. So it becomes n square plus 2n plus 1 is equal to n square plus 45. तो इसमें ऐसे सॉल्व हो जाएगा. 2n is 44, so n is 22. n square is 484 plus 16 500. इनफैक्ट ये क्वेश्चन आप ऑप्शन से करो, बेटर रहेगा. ठीक है, अगर ये कैट में थीटा क्वेश्चन आता है देन ऑफ कोर्स यू विल हैव टू सॉल्व एंड आंसर, बट यू कैन यूज ऑप्शंस. सो व्हेन इट सेज दैट लाइक 16 स्टूडेंट्स आर लेफ्ट ओवर, सो सबसे 16 सबट्रैक्ट करके देख लो. In this case you will get 434, which is not a square. 484 is a square number. 504 is not a square. 564 is not a square, and 584 is not a square. So in any topic, whenever you have questions, right, most of the times options help you answer the questions. Okay, so you can use options to directly answer questions than solving the equations. But this is how you solve it using an equation. Okay, number of students n square, and this is the required number, 16 extra people, so n square plus 16. Now when you increase the size, this is the number of students required, and we are falling short of 29 students, so we will add 29 to it and solve for the number of students. Okay. All right, so that was this revision session for algebra. So in case you are preparing for NMAT and SNAP are looking for a structured course wherein all these topics are taught in detail along with practice questions, practice sheets, and we have one special book of grammar rules, okay, which has like 160 plus grammar rules explained through examples, which is very important for NMAT and SNAP because you get a decent number of questions in NMAT on fill in the blanks, prepositions, etc. So that you go all you get here, and you have practice sheets along with all the chapters that we teach, and access to our mock test along with this course. So if you wish to enroll in it, you can check this out. And if you are looking for mock tests for NMAT and SNAP, again I'll tell you that NMAT non-adaptive mocks, because I don't make any false claims, but yes, very relevant for the examination because the kind of questions that you get in the examination, the pattern that will be available here. And in case I will be writing the exam on 10th, and in case I find any new variety or something, I'll update the mocks as well. Okay. And thanks for watching this video. So please do share it with your friends, and so that more people know about this channel and find relevant content for the exam they are preparing for. And here is your homework with this. So I have 5 questions. One is on again word problems, 2 word problems. Okay, and one is on linear equations, quadratic equations, AP. So please do answer these questions in the comments of this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of the content, and also follow us on other social media platforms, WhatsApp channels, Telegram, and Instagram. Okay, so this was today's session. I hope you enjoyed the session and got to learn something new, and thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Goodbye.